Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Tech Twist. My name is Crystal Morgan, and I will be your host today. Today's topic is something special to my heart. It's how to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. What's really exciting to me is today I'm back at Studio Me. You notice it looks a little bit different. Today I'm at the Vault, and this is an AI recording studio, just like the last studio, but it's a little bit different. And today we are using it's called the Sidekick. And the Sidekick is supposed to help me with a little bit of that post production. It's pulling out things that could be interesting shorts, themes from the podcast. And to me, that is not taking away from my creative experience. It's not taking away from the value of what I'm trying to create. It's adding to a little bit of that administrative creative process on the back end that nobody really sees. Just like our first episode, this is all about exploration. It's all about trying to just be transparent about what does it look like when you start to digitally transform your life with tools like artificial intelligence. How can you make your life a little bit better? Now, I got to attend a fantastic session this week with Allie K. Miller and Mark Cuban, where they were talking and diving really deep into how her entire team is using Claude code to do just that. And one of the examples that I absolutely loved that I think anybody could really grab onto is the idea of using an agent to really be responsible and take action on your behalf. And one of the examples was really cool. She had talked about building an agent that does her grocery shopping for her. It's doing the meal planning, it's choosing the grocery store, it's managing the budget, all these things that do take some of that mental load from you day to day, and how to make that a little bit better. Now, again, this is today's episode, how to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. As somebody who works in a security space, the bells start going off. I immediately start thinking, oh my gosh, what if what the agent orders is not what my family would eat? Or what if I give it access to my credit card and something horrible happens? So these are the things that immediately started racing through my mind. However, I stayed in that space, that uncomfortable space. I turned on my listening ears and I was able to hear her experience and how this was really transforming her life, her very, very busy life. And how it's just one example. I spent a lot of time thinking about confidence with artificial intelligence. And to me, confidence is not necessarily walking into a brand new technology and immediately knowing your way around and being able to do everything. My version of confidence is the willingness to step into a space that is brand new to you and to explore, to get things wrong, maybe the first few times, or to learn something new and realize maybe the way I was approaching this is wrong and I might want to start from scratch now that I know another better way of doing things. So I want to go a little deeper into creativity. And I just want to ask the question, when did adults stop giving themselves permission to be creative? As a creative myself, a songwriter, a musician, an artist, I used to be the go-to for things like posters. So somebody has a show, they need a poster, they want some help. My friend Deb Cook from Steel Kitty Productions, I've created tons of posters for her shows. And I loved it, even when it was a little bit difficult in the Adobe suite. But I am part of a specific music group on Facebook where they have said, hey, if you use artificial intelligence for your poster, we're going to take it down. We won't promote your show. It blew my mind. And there was a huge part of me that wanted to get on their keyboard warrior style and be like, hey, actually, I think this is a horrible idea because not a lot of artists have money to go and pay a graphic designer to come up with an artistic version of their flyer. They can do whatever they want if that's what they feel is happening. Do you really think that an artist using a tool to promote their own music is a threat somehow? I don't. I disagree. So I think it's pretty cool. So something that I had done for a cover that I did, I covered Tom Petty Wildflowers. And no, that had no AI. There was no AI. It was just ukulele and singing, and it was pretty straightforward. However, what I wanted to do at the time, and this is when image generation was just pretty bad, I wanted to get a person sitting in a chair sleeping in a field of wildflowers. And it looked hilarious. The person looked like they were melting. And I posted it because I thought, okay, this is where it's at right now. This is the whole point of trying to teach people how to use these tools creatively is this is what the limit is, and this is what you should expect. Now, today, 2026, image generation is off the charts. The other night, I was using a prompt and I was like, hey, I want an unexpected cover. I just wanted to work on something in my own home, in my own studio, not planning to release it to the world, just wanted to see what I could do. And it gave me a list of 10 songs that are not currently being covered, have not had my style of music. Now, like this agent is trained, it knows my portfolio, it knows what I like, it knows my taste. It pulled some pretty cool songs. Some songs that I already loved, some songs that I already have memorized. And I was able to play around with those and reimagine those songs. And again, it's just in the privacy of my own home. It's just for my own enjoyment, my own creative expression. And then adding to that, one more thing, your art does not have to be good enough for someone else. Your art does not have to impress people. It's so much easier today with things like Canva and generative AI itself. You can just kind of throw a whole bunch of words in and it can create a really beautiful poster, but not a lot of people could do that before. So I think it's really opening the door for that. I've called this out before in the past, but Microsoft Learn is a website that Microsoft hosts. They have all kinds of free learning and there are labs that you can do. So you don't even have to necessarily have necessarily the licenses to things or access to big technology labs to go in and do this practice and learn these things. It spins up right there for you in the web browser. So if you are entering this journey and you're trying to skill up, so many different platforms like that exist. So I really recommend doing something like that and just exploring before jumping onto some expensive course online. I think that there's so much more to be learned when you're willing to go in and just click the buttons and just start the conversation. My tech twist principle that I challenge all of you to adopt is don't wait until you're confident. Don't wait until you know everything. Don't wait until after you finish that course or those YouTube videos to get started. Just try opening up the interface, clicking around. It could be overwhelming. But when we take a little bit of a break, we give ourselves a second to just breathe, it can become manageable and it could be even fun. Something that I think has been really cool is a coach of mine, Christy Offelman, has been helping me through a program called Wayfinding. And it's about exploring different areas of your life to find balance. And she asked me the other day, she said, all right, Crystal, you are doing an amazing job of supporting others and coaching others and ensuring that others feel comfortable when they're innovating. But what are you doing to take care of yourself? How are you investing in yourself? And I said to her, and I had to be totally honest because, like I said, I just done this incredible workshop. I'm learning, I'm trying to understand how I can use agents in my life and for the tech twist. And I said, you know what, Christy, I'm taking breaks. Even after a long day of work, I am tempted sometimes to do even more work, like the tech twist, like any of this. It's been so cool to have a project that I'm passionate about. And one of the things that kind of keeps me going is sometimes stopping, honestly, walking away from it if I'm frustrated or if I hit a point where I don't really know what the next right step is, and just stepping outside and staring up at the sky from the hammock and just giving myself a chance to really relax. Because at the end of the day, rest is restorative. Rest is not a reward. These are the things that I'm challenging you to do. These are the muscles of confidence, of uncomfortability that I'm challenging you to reach in your arsenal of tools. My favorite takeaway from today's session isn't that machines can create now. There's been some level of that for a pretty long time. My takeaway is that maybe more people will give themselves permission to be creative. More people will try doing something that they've never done before. When I think about creating an agent, that does feel very creative to me. There's a lot of ideating. And hey, if you don't know where to start, maybe open up your favorite chat and start a conversation. Figure out what are the things that I could use the most help with? What are the things that I'm struggling with? And just use one of those little itty bitty things as a testing ground. And as you learn more, then scale up. And I'm looking forward to coming back next month with Christy Offelman right here in studio me in the vault, and really looking forward to seeing how it all goes. I appreciate you watching. Thanks for watching the Tech Twist. We'll see you back here next month with Christy Offelman. Take care till then.